Hello, welcome to Access. I'm Rob. Joining us is Dave.
Hello.
Oh my God, it's Batman on PS4.
My God.
Look at it.
Yeah, and Rob, we had our hands on it.
We've played it, Dave, and my God.
Yeah, it's
Well, we always knew it was going to be amazing, didn't we? But for some reason,
it's been off my radar a bit.
We've just not been thinking about it. Maybe because we already know that it's going to be brilliant. But then when we actually finally played it, there was still that kind of shock of
they've made it better again.
Oh yeah, I remember this.
I loved Arkham Asylum. I loved Arkham City even more, which I think is controversial. And I think that they've gone better again with Arkham Knight. It looks absolutely incredible. It was the first thing that struck me is you start off, perched above the city.
Yeah.
And the city looks massive. It's actually 5 times bigger than Arkham City.
Well, it's what we've always wanted, isn't it? It's a fully open world Gotham City with the Batmobile in it. That's all we've ever wanted.
Yeah.
And now we finally got it. And I'm a big geek for things like little water effects. But just I defy anyone to look at Batman's cape with the rain rippling off it and the lights of the city. It's incredible. And what really struck me was how there is not one moment where you're doing something that is not brilliant.
Yeah.
Like you're sitting on top of a building. You're not sitting, you're perching brutally.
Yeah.
You're not falling off, you're gliding.
Yeah.
You're not just getting in the Batmobile, you're flipping and leaping and swooping into the Batmobile. There's every single moment this game is on.
Yeah.
And it is being amazing.
Well, we should talk about the Batmobile because it is obviously something everyone's really excited about. It was something I was a little bit worried about, to be honest, because I don't know. I thought maybe it would just be a bit of a gimmick, and it would you wouldn't feel like you were Batman. You were a car, and it's just like driving around the city.
Driving time.
I didn't find it like that at all. I thought it was excellent. So you hit L1 and the Batmobile appears, which
just
is incredible.
Wherever you are.
Crashes through a wall, sort of skids round a corner. I jumped off a building, Rob, and I just pressed L1 just to see, so that the Batmobile would be there when I got to the floor to save some time.
Yeah.
Instead, what happened is an area appeared, like a highlit area appears on the floor. You sort of smash into the ground as Batman. The Batmobile swings round, you jump into the air, and you're in the Batmobile, and you're off. And it was like, that was a complete surprise to me, and it was amazing.
We were constantly testing the game, or I was anyway, like, how can you make the Batmobile appear here, game?
Exactly.
What if I press L1 now? I bet you can't make the Batmobile appear. No, it did.
It did, yeah.
It just came.
It seems completely infallible.
Yeah.
And then there's obviously like they've obviously that's like street mode, just driving around the streets. I did a mission where I had to chase Firefly through the streets as he was setting fire to stuff, try and catch him.
I didn't do that mission.
And you just there's obstacles, but you're the Batmobile, you just smash it. There's walls, you smash through them. There's fountains. I was worried that I was going to be sort of hitting walls when you're driving in GTA and you hit something. I've hit a tree.
A lamppost.
None of that.
No.
It's just cool. And they've a little squeeze of R2 and you'll slide round a corner. They've made it really easy to have big cinematic moments all the time. It's like I'm doing a car chase all the time with the Batmobile.
I did a Riddler challenge.
Yeah.
There are new Riddler challenges in the game, which are like, I guess they're getting you used to the controls of the Batmobile.
Yeah.
Where you'll do laps of a circuit and bits of the environment will change, and you have to leap over things, so you have to time your afterburners just right.
Yeah.
Or the floor will just fall away, so you have to drive all the way along the wall, over the ceiling, and around the other wall in like a big 360 loop,
which everyone's always wanted to do.
And it was my first try, and I thought I was going to, royally mess it up.
Yeah.
But, it felt quite intuitive. And here we're having a look at the Batmobile now. I mean, just look at it.
Yeah.
It's great. And it's not just used for driving, it's used for combat and for puzzle solving as well.
Yeah.
And for traversal, getting access to new areas. You've got a grapple on it where you can pull doors down. Obviously, we've seen a little bit of the combat, which was the bit I was, most nervous about. Like, I don't know.
Yeah.
Why is shooting tanks and stuff, but everything just seems to work really well.
And battle mode
allayed all my fears.
You've just seen it there, the switch to battle mode. In previous trailers, they've made a big deal of the switch to battle mode, and I thought it was going to be a bit more like that, a bit more laborious, like now entering battle mode, and it's like little cutscene, but it's not like that at all. You just squeeze L2 and you're in battle mode.
Although Batman, he's definitely killing things here, isn't he, Batman?
They might not
Despite
be manned.
the fact they're not
Maybe
manned.
They're not manned.
They're not manned, so he's not killing anyone. But yeah,
But battle
you've got to
mode,
be careful. in
battle
Batmobile.
mode is a misleading title as well, because as you said, it's also used for like puzzle solving, which I like. I really like that Batman's a detective. It's one of the things that they've sort of they've made sure is true of all the Batman games that Rocksteady have made. He's a detective. He's not just a badass kicking people
For me,
in the
that
face.
was my favourite bit. Like more than battle mode and driving around, using the Batmobile to solve puzzles.
Yeah, exactly.
is my favourite thing to do with the Batmobile.
It feels like another gadget rather than
Yes.
a car, and it feels like you're Batman in the Batmobile rather than the Batmobile. If you know what I mean, it's sort of. It's just I'm just a massive fan of the Batmobile. The other big new feature that we got our hands on was dual play.
Or dual takedowns and
Dual
dual
takedowns.
fighting.
So this is where in some battles, a member of the Bat family,
The Bat family.
yeah, will come and
Bat baby.
yeah, will come and help you out in a bigger fight, which I thought was just excellent. I wasn't sure how that was going to work. I thought maybe it would just be all AI controlled, and you're just, they're just helping you out, or somehow you had to control
We
both
just
at the
mentioned
same time.
this little seat in the back of the Batmobile here that Poison Ivy is just getting loaded out of.
Yeah,
That would be fun.
I'd pay
to go
good
in
money
there.
to be in that seat.
But yeah, going back to the dual
Play.
takedowns, I had a little go with Nightwing helping out.
Yeah, me too.
And how it worked was you would fight and you'd build up your combo.
Yeah.
And when you got to a certain point, you could execute a dual takedown.
Yeah.
And when you activated that, no matter where in the battlefield Nightwing was in relation to Batman, somehow they would come together and kick a man at the same time, or punch
Batman
him.
would
Batman would punch
throw
someone, and
someone
Nightwing
into
would
the air. Nightwing would
kick him out.
kick him into the death.
But the cool bit about
Not
when
death.
you activate that is, after it's done, you switch to the other person.
That's right. So you get to play
you're
as
then
Nightwing.
fighting as Nightwing, and all of a sudden you've got these amazing sticks, and you're kicking ass with
Yeah.
Nightwing, and then you build up your combo, and you do a dual takedown again, and maybe Nightwing will kick a guy across the room,
Yeah.
and Batman will just uppercut him before he lands,
Yeah.
and then seamlessly you're Batman again.
Basically, you can press L1 at any time during the fight, and you'll switch to the other character. But if you've built up your combo meter enough, then you do these amazing dual takedowns, which are great. And Rocksteady have said that there will be some enemies in the game that can only be taken down with a dual takedown.
Yeah.
But it's completely seamless. It's like how the Batmobile arrives. It's like, how are you going to do it this time, game? How are you going to make this cool this time? And it just does it. It just, the camera swings around.
Didn't understand how it did it.
I have no idea
I have
how it does
absolutely no
it.
idea how they've managed to program. Every time I did a dual takedown, it was a different one.
Yeah.
Like, it wasn't, enter the dual takedown animation.
Yeah, exactly.
Like, they just, in the middle of the fight, as they were fighting, just, okay, bang, and now that guy's down.
Yeah.
And there's so many new things. Like, they showed me how you can seamlessly move from exterior environments into interior ones.
There's no load times.
No. If there's a bunch of guys in a building, like through a glass ceiling,
Yeah.
you can see them as you're swooping around, and you can like glide kick through the ceiling and smack all of them down with a fear takedown, which enables you to take down like multiple enemies at once.
Yeah.
And you're just inside the building.
Yeah.
You're in it
That's
already. And quite how they've managed to pull it off, I do not know.
No.
Well, from the brief hands-on we've had, it feels really quite remarkable.
It's got me hugely excited about the game. It's one of my most anticipated games this year now, I think. Like, I knew in the back of my mind it was obviously going to be good. It was always going to be a good game. And I loved Arkham City.
Yeah.
But it's so much more. It's going to be amazing. Like, I can't overstate that enough, really. Like, it looked absolutely incredible. I mean, the trailer footage doesn't do it justice. It looks even better, obviously, on your own TV at home. And it just feels remarkable.
I don't think this is going to come as a surprise to anyone.
No.
Everyone's like, well, obviously.
Yeah,
yes,
we've not really
it's
told
good.
you anything new
We
in this
know.
video, apart from like we just wanted to brag about having played it
Yeah,
and
we've
like,
played it,
God, it's
yeah.
good.
But anyway, it's coming out very, very soon.
June the 23rd.
June the 23rd. So make sure you subscribe, because hopefully we're going to have many more videos on Batman in the build-up to its release.
God, I hope so.